Good morning, everyone. So I had my car detailed this morning. Um, I'm on the new 2020. Oof, stopping early. Okay, and it wasn't going to stop. Off to a good start. So I'm on the new 2020.40.8.13 software. So the other day, I actually drove, it was yesterday, I actually drove this way and I did not have to intervene at all. It didn't make the turn correctly from the side street, so I had to intervene because it started pulling out on Folsom Boulevard. I've been playing with the camera position. I have like this arm mount that's flexible, but it doesn't. Hopefully, it's better positioning now. So I had my car detailed, Electric Joy, at the mall today. It was pretty awesome. They did an amazing job. Now, I got an email from Tesla and they did not indicate that there was any FSD related changes or autopilot changes. They said it was mainly bug fixes. However, myself and a couple others noticed that it downloaded a map update. So now we're up to 2020-48. That might fix some of the issues that some of us are having because, it does use map data for some of these areas. And I do notice my car kind of not performing correctly in various areas for, reasons I'm not sure of, but I think a lot of it is map related. Now we haven't encountered anything that was, unusual, so it's a pretty easy drive at the moment. But there is a roundabout that we're going to go around once we get into Midtown. I did struggle at this intersection 2 nights ago. It actually wanted to go into the turn lane and slammed on the brakes. There's no car there, so I couldn't replicate that exact scenario. But you can tell, like the steering wheel, it's staying a lot more straight. I did a camera calibration with 812, so I did that yesterday. Now, I didn't really notice any improvement doing the camera calibration, honestly. It still was, the car kind of did a pretty aggressive swerve the other day. I didn't record it because there was really no point to show that. But, it didn't cause any accident or anything, but it was a little scary. Yeah, it seems like it's doing a much better job between 812, 813. It's a lot more stable to me. It's pretty neat. I mean, I'm noticing improvement with the amount of times I'm having to intervene is a lot less. Now, you saw when I first started the video, I had to intervene. It started to pull out right onto Folsom Boulevard, and it wasn't gonna stop. It just started pulling right out. So there's definitely improvement that needs to happen still, but the driving for me is improving. I want to see how it's going to handle this. There's cars behind us on the left, and it merges. Okay. It didn't handle that. So we're going to have to go this way. So I'm just getting back to Capitol, the road that it deviated from. You can see there's a roundabout right there. Okay. There's a big roundabout right here. So in Midtown, I was driving around here the other day, and you noticed, man, you noticed that the car was, yeah, I'm not going to intervene, but it was safe. But you saw the car kind of go really far out, so I did record that snapshot. Now it's been coming to a full stop, which is fine. There's a lot of cars behind me. Yeah, it's so I would normally just let it go, but there's like 4 cars that just piled up behind because the car is just like doesn't know what to do. Um, yeah, it's just not a good test. I really wish it would have just performed like it did the other day, but that's been the really weird part about this testing is the results I'm getting are so inconsistent. Sometimes the cars, it works great, and then other times it starts tripping out. Like I came up to a stoplight on J Street yesterday. All of a sudden, I was at the stop. All of a sudden, take over immediately. Started warning. My hazards came on, and then it just went away all by itself. And it was just really, really odd. All these warnings, and then hazards going, and then it was just gone. And then the next 2 blocks over, the car swerved really quick, and there was a car actually in the left-hand lane. It did not cross any lines, but you know the car next to me reacted because they saw our swerve. Um, you know, so they were kind of far away. It was a little crazy to me, but there we go. Cool. 1, 2, 2 roundabouts and some turns. There's a lot of stops through here, so that'll be a good Midtown test. I hope this camera position's better. I don't have anyone to help me. My best friend, he's letting me use this GoPro arm that he bought for his, and it seems like it's a lot lower, so hopefully you guys can see forward now and kind of see the steering wheel a little bit better. You know, it has a wide angle lens, but I have it set to more narrow because there's no reason to see like out the windows. I want you to be able to see more forward and see the screen better. Waiting for our turn. So my turns are working a lot better. Even with 812, I noticed the turns have been significantly improved to me. Let's see how it handles this roundabout. We actually have to go left through the whole roundabout. You know, it's really hesitant. You know, we're at a full stop on a road with no stop behind me. What is it? Maybe it's waiting for the bicyclist. So there was a bike, cars. Maybe it's waiting for all the cars to clear. Yeah, that's what it was doing. So it was waiting for everything to clear, including the bikes and the cars. So I would normally intervene at this point because the car, I mean, you see the car's like barely moving. Oh man, this is rough. So it did not handle a left-hand roundabout at all. So the other roundabout videos I've seen, the roundabouts were much larger in size, and a lot of them had like, you know, lanes going around. These are kind of like just a roundabout in the middle of a road, which is different. If they're a lot smaller than the other videos I've seen, where these really large roundabouts with roads that are actually, you know, out there instead of just a big ring in the center of the road. Wow, what is it doing? So it didn't respond to this car that just was turning. Whoa. So unprotected. I just don't like that it's doing this. It's like it doesn't creep out and look. It just kind of like it's weird. You know, sometimes it says it'll creep for visibility or waiting for visibility. Another roundabout. Stops on this side and the other side, but not on opposing traffic. Right in the middle again. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's so inconsistent. So, oh, jeez. Yeah, I've done camera calibrations. Okay, so this is our nav point, so that's good. See, waiting for our turn. So it is you know, it is recognizing things correctly sometimes, and other times no. And you know, like that went fine. It accelerated quickly, like it knew where it needed to go. That was a lot slower. Here's a roundabout. Doesn't show here, but there is a roundabout. Oh, this is... Oh. Oh my gosh. My car literally looks like a drunk driver. Oh my gosh. Oh, whoa. That was rough. Oh. So I did not intervene in that. Oh man. I'm like trying not to intervene, you know, unless I absolutely have to. I wasn't going to hit anything there, but that was rough. It's having trouble going through that intersection again. Like sometimes it just accelerates really quickly, and other times it hesitates like that. And one time it hesitated pulling out onto the road with cross traffic, and you know, cars are coming. It can't just like stop. It needs to go. Like if it's not sure about the pathing, it should not like just pull out into an intersection. It needs to wait. Right, really early. That was not necessary. I think it was like wanting to go like around that pedestrian. I think that's why it did that. See, it keeps like going out. Now, this is the way that I went the other day, and there's like a piece of um, concrete from the road that sticks out over here on this turn. So we'll see if it gets really close like it did the other day. Like it was going to run up the other day, so we'll see what it does. Oh, maybe it's going a different way. Yeah, this is a different way. It's not sticking out here. Yeah, waiting for turn. So big sign right there. Cross traffic does not stop. Now look how far back it is. Like, I mean, I can't see. You know the car can't see. I'm looking at a house to the left right now. It needs to creep up. So this really needs to be adjusted. I was really hoping for more autopilot FSD improvements in the software. I mean, look at how it's. Oh man. I mean, it took the turn, but man, there was cars coming, and thankfully the car was actually turning right. But you know, it pulled out and hesitated onto the road. I want to learn how to get all fancy like I see all these other people doing on YouTube, kind of like speed up the video, because like some of these areas it doesn't really require, you know, it's kind of just driving, so we could speed the video up a little bit. So here it actually struggled the other night because there's parking, so it's like a dual shared parking lane plus drivable lane. See, kind of like, see, there's parking spots here, but temporarily they're closed for construction. Okay, it handled it. So it might have had to do with the night visibility, and I'm driving here during the daytime now. So we're actually in downtown Sacramento now, on I Street. I mean, you can tell I'm not intervening as much, which is great, for multiple reasons. You know, sometimes if there's cars around, if you know the car's delaying and not making up its mind, like I had to intervene at the turn further back because there was 4 cars behind me, and the car wasn't moving. So in like those kind of cases, the car needs to go. Oh my gosh. It started creeping, it didn't change lanes, but it was veering towards this car, and you saw the ultrasonic turn orange. I don't know why it did that. That was strange. Yeah, and even the car next to me kind of like scooted over because they saw my car kind of start shifting to the left. Yeah, that's the thing about this FSD software. You have to really be paying attention, especially for us in the test program, because they've pretty much unlocked the parameters to allow the car to swerve over the lines. Because autopilot just doesn't do that. It doesn't cross over the lines, generally speaking. But the FSD code, it'll swerve around objects. It'll veer you out of your lane. It's very different. Let's see if it's going to change the lanes or not. That car behind me is probably like, what are you doing? Because literally I keep going and hitting the brake, going and hitting the brake. So the car keeps dipping forward. Okay, you're annoying me now. Ah, and the road's closed. So we couldn't go straight anyway. I don't know what's happening. They have I Street completely closed. Oh, it could be the presidential election. Like, there's so many buildings down here boarded up because of potential riots. Not because Black Lives Matter or anything like that, but because of the election. Everything's boarded up. I don't know if you can kind of see it. These buildings have boards up all over. At least we can use FSD. So this is a lot of crazy stuff. I mean, there's railroad tracks, light rail tracks. Oh, got so close to that curb. You know, I can't imagine how it would do in a big city like San Francisco. That's probably why they don't have any testers in large metropolitan areas yet. Like, I think I'm one of the few people that are testing in scenarios like this of all videos I've seen. You know, there's construction on one side. I'm driving over light rail tracks, cones. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on here. I mean, we are at the state capitol. Oh, you saw that? I think it is struggling with these with the light rail tracks. Yeah, I'm definitely driving it in some pretty challenging scenarios, but it's not challenging like to European cities, to cities like San Francisco. I mean, this is a standard city to me. Yeah, it's getting confused with the edge of the railroad tracks here. Now, I'm not having to intervene, which is great. You know, it's not doing anything too aggressively. It's not swerving. It's just having a little bit of pathfinding here. So Tesla does get all of the footage that when our cars are driving, it's recording everything and saving everything. So they get all the data anyway. And then I'm tapping the autopilot camera icon just to send feedback in addition. Okay, so that didn't work right. So now we're actually right by the state capitol building. You can hear all the people. There's like a lot of people. Oh yeah, it's for the presidential election. There's riot. Oh my gosh, there's like riot police. Wow, there's a lot going on down here. I hope people are wearing masks. Like, COVID is so real. I'm so fearful of my parents or older people or people at risk or compromised immune systems getting COVID because it's so serious. It causes so much inflammation in the body. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh. That was glad there was no car right behind me. It just braked almost to a full stop. Yeah, people are really taking to the streets for the election results, that's for sure. Lots of people with Trump flags around, a lot of honking. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Like a lot going on. It's definitely downtown. What is it doing? Why is its lane change? Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, it's really struggling with these lanes for some reason. So like it keeps detecting these parking lanes as a drivable lane, and it keeps wanting to shift into that. I mean, you saw it keep turning the turn signal on, and then it started to just kind of go. I was really hoping for, better results in the software, but I'm just going to guess maybe it's COVID and the teams are kind of broken up now because of the engineering teams at Tesla. I don't know, but you can see the line here. It's solid white, but it acts as if it's drivable. So then it wants to shift into that lane. So it looks at that white line and says, oh, I can drive over there. And then it wants to go over there. It may do it here. Okay, it didn't do it here, but it's been doing it all throughout town. So like these lanes are kind of wide, the bike lanes and parking lanes, and you'll see sometimes the path will just like jump over there. Model 3, hello. Yeah, the roads here are definitely a lot more challenging than a lot of the videos I've seen. I mean, they've been doing a lot of construction, taking out drains and pipes and stuff. So there's been a lot of construction, roads tore up. So you can kind of see that. Okay, so it should stay. Oh my gosh. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. The car started to go to the left around the car, and then as we're next to the car, slams on the brakes, just hard slams on the brake. It just doesn't make any sense to me. There was no oncoming cars. It could have just stayed left. Oh my gosh. When my GoPro gave me this warning that it was too hot and shut down, maybe because I'm in 4K 60, I'm not sure, but there's no sunlight on it. Didn't miss much. There's a lot going on. Skateboard, bicyclists, bicycle with trash bags, a lot of pedestrians and cars, so it's handling it just fine. I think it's going to try and change lanes again. Issues with the GoPro, it keeps saying it's overheating and it keeps shutting off. So I think now's a good time to say 8.13 does not seem to have really improved my overall experience, including camera recalibrations and stuff like that. So fortunately, I'm still holding out for another major release to help the AP FSD functionality. Fingers crossed.